Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our general membership meeting for March. I am your Commodore, Laura Ellsworth. Thank you. Staff Commodore Dwight Reed, could you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please rise. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce your flag officers for 2023. The officer overseeing everything and responsible for inside the clubhouse is Vice Commodore Sally Coe. The officer overseeing and leading everything outside the clubhouse and on the water is Rear Commodore Mardell Garner. And I'm pleased to recognize our Commodores from the past. We call them Staff Commodores. First one, 1985, Jim Wolfett and Jones. 1991, Dwight and Donna Reed. 2016, Walt and Patsy. 2019, John Caldwell, and also the 2021 SUA Commodore. 2020, me. 2021, Joe Negron, who is also director of NOSA.
My sister.
Takes a huge team of volunteers to get this club going. What I'm going to do is please hold your applause. I'm going to call people. Rowanda, I'm working on talking slower.
Thank you.
Chrissy Neal as our secretary. Walt, hold on. We're going to do it. Everybody's going to stand up. Walt Simmons as our treasurer. Port captain is Dave Jones. Board of Directors, Dave Jones, second term, Rowanda Tucker. John Kehoe.
You're supposed to stand up.
First term, Gordon Stroud.
Get it up, John.
Ed Camille. Lori Merrill. Peter Neal. Our assistant rates chairman is Terry Hanna. House and Facilities is Rusty Eddie and Rod Wilson. IT, Video, and Networking, and a whole bunch in there, is Peter Neal and Gordon Stroud. Webmaster is Troy Buchan. Cruise chairperson is Mardell Garner. Seabell's co-chair is Cindy Jensen and Janice Gale. Social events, party chair is Lori Merrill. Membership chair, Rowanda Tucker. Bar captain, Spider Bettencock. Food captain, Diana Bakken. Ship store, Joan Palango, Donna Reed. Calendar chair, Beth Yates. Club of the year, Chrissy Patterson and Joan Palango. Yay! Thank you, everyone. Oh, Dave Booker's here. Please let me bring to the podium Todd Leland, who is the interim Marine Bureau manager. He has been with the city for 17 years, so mostly everyone in the room should know him. Welcome, Todd.
Can everybody hear me without this, or you want me to use
Absolutely.
Use it. I want to thank you for making me dress up like this today. My wife saw me leave the house, and she's like, wow. I'm like, okay, this is good. First and foremost, thank you to the Commodore, thank you to the flag, thank you for having me tonight. I know we don't get a lot of opportunities to do this, especially over the past several years. We've had a couple things happen to us as a society at large. Not sure what they are, but some things have gotten in the way of us being able to really communicate and come out and meet you where you are. What I want to do is make sure as we move forward into this next adventure together is kind of, change that. I want to be more available to you guys. I want to be able to come out to your meetings. So, Commodore and Flag, anytime you guys want me or one of our staff here at your meetings, if we can make it happen, we want to make it happen. So I want to jump right in, and basically we'll just start with just an overview of who we are, what we are. Okay. So who and what is the Marine Bureau? Okay. We are the city's beaches and marinas. We have three marinas basically. We have the Shoreline Marina, the Alamitos Bay Marina, and then we call it our Rainbow Harbor, Rainbow Marina area. We also have 6 lawn trams. We have 6 miles of beach and waterfront. Basically the oceanfront area from the end of Alamitos Jetty at the light, heading all the way to the stern of the Queen Mary. That's called the near shore ocean area. That is the city of Long Beach's municipality. So basically anything that happens, take a direct line through the backside of Island White to the stern of the Queen Mary from the end of the channel here. Anything that happens leeward of that, that is our area of control. So anything you do in the marinas, anything you do out in the near shore ocean area, that's something that would come under the control of our marine safety, our marine patrol, Long Beach Police Department, and Marine Bureau. But yeah, we are a $28 million revenue generating operation. And that's a big part to all of you. Okay, so when we talk about the voters and we say, hey, this is about the voters, this is about the voters. This is about you, because you are the ones that make this possible. So when we work to bring amenities and we work to bring capital improvement projects, everything we do starts with you. We want to make sure that the things that we're doing out there are focused on our boat owners. Now, we have a lot of competing interests. We have Weebits, we have our marinas, we have our bike path, our pedestrian path, we have our dog beaches, we have our kite surfing, we have our non-motorized water activities. So when you guys are out there on your boats in the bay and you see that water bike come right across your bow, I apologize. but hey, it's part of the environment, right? We gotta build a very balanced, very diverse environment to be successful. So we have a lot of nonprofit partners, we have a lot of for-profit partners. We look at this yacht club as one of our nonprofit partners. So it is a symbiotic relationship for us. We have the pier, Belmont Pier, always a Veterans Pier, excuse me, Belmont Memorial Veterans Pier. We have our whale watching, our harbor cruises, we have our regattas and our yacht clubs that are out every day, and then obviously we have our slips. Here in Alamitos Bay, we have just over 1,600 permittable slips. Shoreline, right about that same number for a total max of available slips to be about 3,300. That's not including end ties and auxiliaries. And then seawalls around Naples Island. And then you also have our dry boat storage, you have your sand stakes. So as a whole, across our entire system, which makes up the Long Beach Marinas, we have over 5,000 permittable spaces, which makes us the largest municipally operated marina in the nation. So we're a big deal. We're a big deal. You guys are a big deal. So, and I won't say that's in the world. I don't think anybody else runs a business this large anywhere else in the world, but I can't hang my hat on that, but I think it's true. We're the city's marina beaches. We're responsible for the operation, general facility maintenance, a 7-day-a-week operation, with staffing and working shift, various shifts. So you guys know we work with Marine Patrol that comes out of Long Beach Police Department. We work with Marine Safety that comes out of Long Beach Fire Department. They have boat details out on the water 24/7, 365. Our Marine Patrol officers are out on patrol 24/7, 365. Our biggest challenge is weighing the needs of those competing interests, right? So what do those look like? Well, this is our organizational chart. if you can see that far, which I can't, that little top one at the very, very top, that is our director of Parks and Rec, that is Brent Dennis. So if you have an issue where I'm not doing the job you want me to do, you call that guy, okay? I'm underneath him, and then the way our business works is we have 3 bureaus. I'm in charge of one of the bureaus, that's my regular job. I'm in charge of the Marine Operations Bureau, which is we maintain and oversee our permits, our slips, and our commercial partnerships and stuff like that. And then you have Eric and Corey. Eric Woodson, I don't know if any of you met Mr. Woodson. There's Eric, this is Eric right here. You've changed since this morning.
Well done.
But Eric Woodson's in charge of our marine maintenance group, and what they're in charge of is taking care of all of our facilities and our docks and our infrastructure. So a lot of the times if you have an issue with a power pedestal or you have an issue on your dock, you're calling them to get repairs out to you. And then you have Corey Forrester. He manages our beach maintenance group. And you've heard a lot about Corey and his group, I'd say, over the past three to 4 weeks with these storms. And anybody live on the peninsula? No? I didn't, yeah. But yeah, Corey's team basically saves the peninsula about 4 or 5 times a year. You know, he basically, his group builds a beach at the end of the peninsula every year, that berm. That's what we do. Those are all the people that we hang out with in the city. You know, they're pushing and pulling, they want, they take. But it's a good thing, right? So, right. And then obviously you guys see a lot of this right here, around here in your footprint. We do a lot of special events. We do a lot of filming and photography, stuff like that. Our office over here at AVM ends up being like the marina for the city of Miami and a lot of TV shows and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a blessing and a curse because it affects your guys' parking and your ability to get to where you want to go. But it is a big industry for the city of Long Beach and brings in a lot of revenue. So we always have to find a balance with that. And one of the things we're constantly doing is working with our special events and filming office to say, okay, yes, hey, maybe peel that back a little bit. Hey, that worked, that didn't work. And what we're always looking at is how it affects you guys. So, and then what we're always working to is preventative maintenance. We have a big project coming up where we're going to be working to dredge the AVM channel. We want to get that back to a sound depth all the way across. If you guys are heading out racing a lot, you're probably like staying towards the middle now, right? You don't want to get onto those edges because you're gonna hit the keel and you're gonna go around. So we're looking to work towards that over the next couple of years. Water quality, I think everybody here knows about the water quality circulation issue that we're facing over the next several years. That's gonna be a big thing on our radar. Another thing is, again, customer expectations. You guys are our bread and butter. You know, hey, we have to meet those expectations. And one of the things that we want to do is make sure that we're taking care of our aging infrastructure. We're looking at unfunded capital needs. One of the big things we want to do in this area over here is run fiber optic. And what that'll do is that'll allow us to run security cameras, Wi-Fi, those amenities that you see in smaller marinas that they can do readily, easily, because there's such a small space. But if you look at Alamitos Bay as a whole and where we're, you know, our footprint, you see the amount of space that we have to cover to create our capital projects that we want to bring amenities to. So we don't just want to do it on one little row of basin 3. We want to hit all 8 basins with fiber optic, and we want to bring in 24/7, not modern, but recorded video. If you've been down to Shoreline, you guys have seen what we did down there this past year. We want to do that here in the next about year and a half. So that's coming. And then again, changing customer demographics. We just always want to keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on out there. In Tidelands and Beaches, it's beach erosion. Across the board, it's not just Tidelands and Beaches, but it's our homeless impacts. We got a lot going on. You guys saw that issue we were having across the street at Marina Drive right there, right? I think there's going to be a question coming about homelessness, and we'll get into that a little bit. But city's got our homeless emergency declaration that we're applying a lot of resources right now. Water quality goes back to the recirculation over here. Storm impacts, it goes on. And then, just so everybody knows, we do have the Marine Advisory Commission. They're our advisory body that we bring a lot of our projects and things we want to get feedback about from the community. We bring it to them. That meeting is held every second Thursday of the month. It's at 2:30 p.m. It's held at Long Beach Yacht Club, but it's open to the public. You're allowed to come. There is public comment where you can speak to any item you want. If it's not agenda, we can't respond to you, but you're getting in front of the commissioners and they can bring that into an agenda. So if you have an issue and you really can't get support going, I recommend going to the Marine Advisory Commission. Duties and responsibilities on the subject. And again, permit cancellations. And there you go. Okay, that's pretty much the Marine Bureau in a nutshell. I wanted to open it up to questions, but I have a couple other things in my back pocket to show you based on the questions. So, Joan?
You're gonna do the bathroom thing?
Yes.
You wanna do?
Show me.
Do the bathrooms and then?
No, never.
I think everybody wants to see the ABM restrooms, correct? Is that what you want to see the presentation on the restrooms? All right. All right, so we've been working over the past several years with Moffett and Nickel to address not an improvement, not a renovation, but a complete replacement of our ABM restrooms. This is the kind of locations we're starting from Basin 1 all the way around through Basin 3. You see that we also have the restroom at Basin 7 and 5 included. And also over at, looks like Basin 6, right? And so, I can't see anymore, you guys. I can't see. But so, you can see how they're coded out. They are red, blue, or green. The green ones are not in scope because they've already been done. The red ones are going to be a combination of public and private. You'll still have your boat owner element to it, but there will be a public element to it that will allow for passers-by and walkers to use it. And exactly, homeless. But then you also have the blue. The blue elements are boat owner restroom only. Okay, so the way we're going to be moving through these is we submitted permit conformance requests to regulatory agencies. The cool thing about this is Moffett and Nickel is taking care of all the permitting and the regulatory stuff already. So basically, we just got to get through design and go out to bid for construction. So we're hoping to kind of fast track this pretty quick. So this is basically the conceptual layout of a boat owner restroom. Okay, what you can see is that we're getting away from the open space, the single room with a couple stalls, and we're moving towards a single unit, multiple single units. So basically, they'll be binary. What's the word I'm looking for? Multi-gender. Anybody can use it basically, but the key is that it's going to be single use. So you can go in and feel comfortable that you're having that space to yourself for your business. You can go in, shower, you can go and use the restroom, stuff like that. But that space, while you're in there, is yours. It's an industry's trend. We've looked at what they're doing from San Diego all the way up to Santa Barbara. This is the way they're going. This is the way they're looking to do it. But what this allows us to do is really to amenitize the space. It's going to let us really build out. And what we want to do, we want to make these restrooms, each stall, look like the restroom at your home, at your house. So if you're a liveaboard and you come in there, it's gonna feel like you're at a house, at a home. And you'll have that opportunity to really enjoy the space. You'll also see that we'll have laundry. We'll have some laundry space in there. And then up in that, I hate laundry. Okay. Good. But up in that top corner is an IT room. That is where we're going to be running the fiber optic cable and those that Wi-Fi, the amenities, the technology amenity bases that will allow us to run free Wi-Fi across the marinas. It will allow us to use fob access to key card or fob code in instead of having to use a hard key. These are elements just to help create better security. And then this is the public/boat owner layout. The only difference is that if you look to the right side of it, you see that there's the public space. Those two areas on the far right side of the design, those are public restrooms. And what we did was we wanted to create an environment where they're there, but they're separated to as much extent possible from the boat owner only spaces. So we got them on the side of the building with the doors facing the opposite way. And if you look at on the ends, you can see there's building material there to create a natural barrier, or not natural barrier, whatever you want to call it. But again, we want to incorporate public restroom use at multiple spaces along the marina, while at the same time protecting our boat owner restrooms, so we can greater amenitize your bathrooms and leave those to be that stainless steel, sterile, public use spaces. And this is an exterior view. So very clean, very neat, very efficient. Again, this is very industry trend. We're not 100% sold on that roof line just yet. There may be a little bit of a wave, a little contour into that. But what the big thing we've been told by the consultants about this roof line is that it does the best to not allow birds to sit on it and do their business. So I'm a huge fan of these roof lines or however it works. So one of the things we wanted to take in mind was one, aesthetics. We wanted to blend into the environment, but two was also function, where if you go downtown and you look at our boat owner restrooms, you see the birds just sit on top there and just kind of make it their hangout. So we asked the designers to bring forth a form and function design. And next steps. Again, I just want to, our next step is we're working to finish up our design package with Moffitt and Nickel, our consultant, and then we'll be working with Public Works to put together a construction bid package and kind of get through those first stages of, hey, how do we get this from design to construction? Our hope, our goal is to break ground later this year, maybe early 2024. I do want to be very, very clear up front, is we have pumped the brakes just a little bit. As everybody knows, I'm the interim Marine Bureau manager. This is going to be a large project with a high capital fund dollar amount attached to it. So we want to make sure that whoever is in the Marine Bureau manager position permanently has a say of, okay, how we direct this. But that should be taken care of over the next couple months here.
I hope it's you.
Well, thank you. And there we go. Questions, comments, concerns?
So, we agreed before that we're submitted some questions, and so I will ask him the questions that were submitted. So since we're on the bathrooms, and you said that there's gonna be the bathrooms aren't gonna be like, the boat owners' bathrooms aren't gonna be just stainless steel like a park.
No.
They'll be nice.
No.
So one of the key questions from the guys, are there gonna be urinals?
Mr. Booker, stand up, please, and take credit for your question. I saw Mr. Booker today, he's like, okay, I want to make sure you answer my question. Will there be urinals? Right now, in the current design, there is not a urinal element present. But I spoke to Mr. Booker today, and I promised him, if I can fit a urinal in the boat owner restroom by his boat, we will make that happen.
So just, that's a pitch for being on the BOA board. Okay,
Well, let me give you my serious answer on that. Right now, there is no urinals present in the design. However, if it's something that you guys feel is important to you, we'll definitely look and see if we can incorporate it.
there's gonna be a urinal in the public restrooms?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Since we're on the restrooms,
I get very close to see. Nope, just toilets.
okay, the homeless situation, especially with the improvement of the bathroom facilities, I mean, it's a problem as it is, concerned a little bit about making it more attractive.
Right. We can say a lot about the homelessness. We can talk till we're blue in our face, right? It's not an issue that's gonna be solved in a day, a week, a month, a year. One thing that is doing really well for us right now is Mayor Richardson declared the state of emergency citywide and against homelessness. I don't want to say against homelessness, but to address homelessness. And it's really mustered resources across the entire city. And one of the areas of focus is our Tidelands footprint, which is, the marina is a part of that. So we're seeing a lot of resources being addressed to our footprint to help mitigate and address the issue. But you know, it's not just an enforcement issue. It's a socioeconomic issue. It's a mental health issue. There's so many factors that go into it that just it's difficult. There's no magic bullet. So again, it just comes down to resources, application of resources. I don't know, like I said earlier, everybody saw that encampment on Marina Drive and how it just grew and it grew. It started with 1 tent, then it turned into 2, then it turned into an easy up, then it turned into a lean-to. What we have to do is in our footprint, we have a lot of different jurisdictions. We're not just working with City of Long Beach, we're working with LA County, we're working with the City of Seal Beach. So different areas of what we have are affected by different groups. So that cleanup had to be done by Los Angeles County, because it's on the other side of the fence right there, and that's actually LA County property. So we had to work with our quality of life team to connect with health services, to connect with LA County Health Services, connected with LA County Public Works to get that done.
Will the homeless have access, or non-boat owners have access to the laundry?
No. 100%, anything other than the public restrooms at these facilities are 100% boat owner facilities. So one big thing for us when we put these in, we're gonna get you again, we'll probably go do another new key, which will be more of a fob or card access based, which will create better security in those environments.
And one of the most common things we hear is there's never a dock cart when I need it.
There's never a dog cart when I read. Yes, it's a problem, it's an issue, and that's compounded by people experiencing homelessness. It's compounded by our vendors who say, hey, I work here, so I get access to a dog cart, I can put it in the back of my van, my work truck. So we have some things that we're looking at to address the theft of them. Just FYI, we're working with GPS locators and tags. So if you have a dog cart at your house, we may be coming to see you.
Okay.
But one thing with the dog carts is a single dog cart costs $400. Okay.
Did you mention that we should put them behind the gates?
I recommend don't leave dog carts out in the parking lot. Once you've used it, put it down at the base of the gateway. But let me finish that thought. A dog cart costs $400. We buy 50 new dog carts per year per side of town. $40,000 a year at dock rents.
Okay,
Joe.
sorry.
Oh.
Regarding,
Joe, you were.
no, I'm sorry. We were supposed to ask questions before, we're in the interest of time for the meeting. We can't really take questions from the floor.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Okay. Regarding the liveaboard program, we have heard that the liveaboard slip assignment process was being changed from a certain percentage of slips per gangway to who was on the list first. Can you describe the new decision tree to determine how liveaboard slips are issued?
So liveaboard slips via the state of California, State Lands Commission and California Coastal Commission, our marinas are not residentially zoned. You're not allowed to live aboard vessels. Now, they make a consideration for marinas because they feel that a liveaboard is another set of eyes, 24/7, 365, which allows for better security. So what the state of California and State Lands Commission and California Coast Commission has said is now you might hear different numbers. Some people say 10%, some people say 8%, some people say 4%. But we have it in writing in like 1970 something that they said we could be at 10%. Then in the 80s, we have documentation that they're saying, hey, City of Long Beach, you should be working towards 4%. So what we said is, okay, we're gonna do 8%, we'll call it that, okay? So our across the board, for our total number of slips is, we can only have 8% of our slips occupied by liveaboard status permittees, okay? And what we do is, we don't do it by, okay, 8% of this dock, or 8% of this dock, or 8% of this dock. We take the total number of Alamitos Bay and say, okay, 8% of that is right around 140, okay? And then what we do is based on what we have in place now, historical liveaboards, we look at what we can do moving forward. So the first person on our wait list is, you have to be at least a 30-footer, right? So say the first person on the wait list is a 45, right? And they want liveaboard stats. We will find a 45-foot slip in their general environment that's not abutted directly next to or across from another liveaboard, so that we can spread them out across our marina to make sure that we're providing that oversight, that security. So we have liveaboards spread out across all of our slips and all of our gangways. Because if we just do 8% on this dock, it would be jumbled up. And so what we do is we make sure that we spread them out across the entire marina over the total span of the number.
Okay, just one last question about staffing shortages. We all kind of miss Kimberly. I'm sure nobody more than
All
you.
of us miss Kimberly, do we not? Do we not? I'll tell you what, that woman was and is one of the most amazing women on the planet. I will be to my dying breath a Kimberly Vestry fan. But yes, we are actually bringing on staff, to my amazement to be able to say that, is the COVID pandemic really hit everybody in their hiring with a gut punch. So many people want to telecommute, so many people want to work from home. The opportunity to go to other jobs is there. But one thing I can say about our Long Beach Marina staff is, from the day the pandemic was declared, March 20th, 2020, March 17th, 2020, March 12th, one of those dates, 2020, our staff has been at work every single day. Every single day. They have not left the office. Our office doors have closed, but our office never did. We have been at work every day since the start of the pandemic. We were short, but that was a big deal, is because they said, hey, the marinas are 24/7 business, and we need to man the station, basically. So, yes, staffing shortages, we're filling staff now. We were down, I think, 33% of our full-time staff are marina agents. So we have 12 marina agents, and we were down to 8. So we worked with civil service. We filled 3 of those positions provisionally. So we're back up to 11 there. And then we're going to be working to fill Kimberly's position over the next year. What you have to understand is, I'm trying to best way to describe this. So we have to go through civil service. Our permanent full-time staff members are protected by civil service, which means they have to go through the civil service process to be hired, right? So you go through this whole, you have to set up a bulletin, they have to build out a list, all these things. And so basically the people that are doing the hiring for the people that need people, right? They need people, right? So civil service doesn't have enough people to fully execute all the job requisitions in a expedient manner to get these positions filled. So we're in the queue for Kimberly Industries marina supervisor position, but Eric Skelly's moving back and forth between the 2 offices, and then we have two capable marina agents, Vilma Hernandez in Shoreline and Christina Hernandez. They are not related. They are 2 amazing young ladies, but they're taking the lead when Eric's at the other office. So if you have a need in Alamitos Bay, you can ask for Eric Skelly or Christina Hernandez. If you have an issue in Shoreline, you can ask for Eric Skelly or you can ask for Vilma Hernandez. And then if you have an issue in general, just ask for me. I'll take care of it.
Great. Thank you very much, Todd.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. In the interest of time, that's why we couldn't take questions from the floor. If you have any questions, follow up, you just let me know and I'll get them to Todd and we'll respond back to you. So anyway, and he'll be at the table, well, but there's gonna be one.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, then I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna
Let him
answer
at the table.
huh?
Bring the table.
Well, he's got.
I'm willing to stay.
The
answer
psychiatrist is
questions.
in?
Yeah, I'm willing to stay and answer questions if you guys, raise your hand if you want me to stay and answer questions, I will.
Are you gonna be here until 9 o'clock tonight, people? Put your hands back down.
I'll be over there for a few minutes. Just
Okay, Laura says to relax, so it's up to you.
Not my
It's
call.
okay, it's okay. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Joan, for arranging for Todd to be at our general meeting. Joan is working on other speakers so that way our general meetings, we can get something out of it while we're sitting here going through all of this. I am taking a couple of things off my list, just so that you know. Casino night. We had casino night here on Saturday.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good.
We had 120 people here, thanks to the Sun newspaper. We had craps, roulette pool, blackjack. We were dancing and we had a cigar lounge outside.
Nice. Pool shooting.
Pool, I said pool. Yeah, pool was in there. And we had 2 levels of fun. We had tons of members that helped rearrange the furniture for us so that we could turn this club into a casino. You'll notice some changes. We're putting lights on the table. We're changing things to have a different kind of ambiance. So if you have any questions about that or about the volume of music or any of that, please talk to Sally, who is our Vice Commodore, about that, okay? Plans for the downstairs lounge. As we're trying to utilize both spaces, which we are trying to do for rentals, this party was hugely successful this weekend because we had 2 different places for people to be. So we're trying to utilize that. So the first part of our remodel or redo is working on our IT and relocating the wires and all of that, so that everything runs smoothly. We don't have any breakdowns. And then after that, we're going to be putting in new flooring, lights, paint, and moving the office to the new office space that we acquired last year. updating our security system to keep the employees and our members safe. As Todd explained, the homeless encampment, it's great that that was taken down, but they're still around, and we need everybody to be safe. So that's the reason for the increase in the security cameras. In an effort to accomplish these goals, your leadership has decided to contribute so it isn't so taxing on the building fund. Then we thought, what the heck? Maybe others would want to contribute. So Randy and Kathy Crawford heard about our plans and wrote a check immediately. So we are challenging the membership to help us with this. If everyone donated like $100, we would have the money to update everything without much effect on the building fund. We've already collected $1,200. So watches our thermometers, or do we have it?
No, we were gonna put that up.
Oh, okay, we have a thermometer that we're gonna have at that monitor over there, that's kind of showing as our progress as we go. Like we said, we've already got $1,200 and we haven't even really put it outside, so we're asking for your participation in that. Rowanda, can you come up and bring your new members, please?
Come on, darling, bring her down with the kids.
Good evening, everybody. We have 2 new members this month. And we probably have the youngest member of our yacht club this month. First of all, I'd like to introduce you to Peter and Tara Amundsen and PJ.
Yay!
So, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you found out about the club? What kind of business are you in? Do you have a boat and so forth? This is for Pete.
Yes. My name's Pete Anderson. We live in Still Beach. We have a family company that does refrigerated trucking in the city of Industry. We've been in Still Beach for about 8 years. We don't personally have a boat yet. The biggest thing we have right now is a kayak. We have a family boat that family member keeps in Havasu. It's been kind of a dream down the road to get one. We're still quite a bit away from there, but I'm trying to think of anything else. I lived in Still Beach and heard it a long time ago from Laura. She was actually the person who helped me get involved in the Still Beach Lions about 5-6 years ago, and I've seen all of her posts, and I just wanted to join, and then I just was thinking about the other day, I told my wife, like, why don't we join? And she's like, all right, let's do it. And here we are.
Thank you.
Tara, do you have anything to add to that? Do you have anything to add? No?
PJ's going, I'm
Thank you for
tired,
being so
man.
kind to us. I promise I won't always have a baby, but we wanted to come together tonight. So just thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you, Tara. So before we stay up here, we want to do a little picture. Okay, and then we have Jim. Jim Fasanian, could you come up here, please? I pronounced your name wrong, I'm sorry. And Jim is what he calls himself as a renewal, because Jim belonged to the club back when Laura was Commodore before. And he left, and now he's back, so we want to welcome Jim for his second time around.
Somebody asked why I joined the club the first time, and I said, well, when I first got out here, I've been through 3 boats. The first one was a little sailboat. I sailed out, but I couldn't get the damn thing back. So I went to a 23-foot cruiser, and then at a later date, I got into a partnership, and we had a 32-foot Grand Banks. But now, I don't have a boat, that's why I'm here, guys. I'll help you with your boat if I can.
I need a ride.
But it's a great company, a great place, you know, all this type of stuff. There's more to boating than boating. There's friendships, there's socializing and all the rest of that.
Amen, brother.
And I think this club
Make it,
does a
yep.
great job.
You stand here with me. The only other thing I wanted to mention is, if you have ordered a name badge, and you haven't understood, where's my name badge? There's up here by the exit sign, there's a little plastic box. So if you have ordered a name badge, check there a week or two, whatever, after you put in the order, and see if your name badge is up there. So, that and the spring fling, I'm gonna let Diana talk more about the spring fling. We expect each of you to bring a prospective new member, okay? Each of you, okay? Got it.
We're all together.
Jump.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. We're good. Again, thank you.
Next, we have our seabells. I know Cindy and Janice are here. Do you want to explain to us what seabells are?
Jones.
Okay, the Seagulls is the ladies in the club, and once you join, you're a member of the Seagulls, and we lunch. We eat lunch. We do the birthday parties and anniversary parties, and some other fun things.
Every month we have a luncheon, one of the members sponsors it, we go to different restaurants, and Huntington Beach, Long Beach, and it's just a fun time to get together and just chat, and just have fun.
Yeah.
Talk about tomorrow.
And it's a great way for you to get to know each other better. Yeah, tomorrow we actually at Lucille's, they're on PCH, we're having a luncheon, yes, Eric?
I'm in.
Okay.
Any
Please come.
join us?
Yes, we're good with that. We also, Andrea has set up next, is it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday, tell me the date. 15th, 14th. 15th, the blood drive, so if you haven't signed up to give your blood yet, you know, that's. Talk to Andrea, she'll be glad to sign you up. And then this month, on the 24th, is gonna be the birthday anniversary of Fred Mander.
Thank you, ladies. And next we have our Vice Commodore, Sally Cohen, is going to tell us all about what's happening in the house.
What a wonderful club we have, it's just amazing. Casino night, you know, we started, we had that great party, and then I asked some members, would you please get those couches back upstairs? And I tried to get one of them through the door by myself, and somebody said, oh no, you need help. And so the furniture came up, and most of it, and we brought, of course, the chairs back in, because it was gonna rain again probably. And then we also, the next day, we spent time rearranging everything. We couldn't do anything in this club without our volunteers. So let's have a round of applause, please. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about all the stuff that we're doing in the house. Our Friday nights are going wonderfully well with our chef, Chef Veronique. And wow. We're now getting 50 to 60 members coming to Friday night dinner. By the way, don't forget to sign up for this Friday. And the food choices are delicious. She always has me sample some of the food, and I enjoy doing that. Regardless of my diet, I say, oh, what the heck. So I went shopping with her recently at Restaurant Depot, and she's smart about choosing the great food, quality, and still watching our prices. And she's also gonna work a lot of our parties, maybe even pop tops once in a while. And, you know, we have a lot of our volunteers did that last year and the year before, the grilling and all that. And some people say, well, I gotta take a vacation once in a while. So, in February, we were really busy. We had our wonderful Super Bowl party by Diana Bakken and Robin Gentry. And that was a lot of fun, and people brought in all that food. Oh my goodness, I tasted so much stuff, and I was trying to watch the game, and somebody said, oh, look what somebody else brought in. Wow. We had a wonderful Valentine's party by our Seabells co-chairs. Another round of applause, because they really, and Lori Morrell, where are you? I know you're right here. There you are. Of course, that's the night that the right oven completely failed. So we're gonna get that looked into and get it solved. I also want to say that our wonderful casino night event wouldn't have been possible without Stephen Remery and our Commodore Laura, who pitched in a lot to get things done. That's what we all do. We're moving forward. I also want to say that we are so appreciative of everyone who does so much cooking and everything else. And our club is changing. And with that idea, I'd like Walt Simmons, please, to come up and talk to us about the change from our WIC system on Friday nights to our toast system up here and paying at the bar. Walt?
Yay, Walt.
Sally, I first want to give you my personal thanks for everything you're doing to get this club really moving, and it shows. So you worked really hard, and could everyone give Sally a big hand? The food program's doing really well, and we made a change this week to what's been our practice for the last year or two, and that is for Friday night dinners, you're no longer going to pay online when you make your reservations, but you're going to pay at the bar. This is going to allow us to make a better food program for you, to keep track of what our sales are, better track of our costs, and there's just a lot of features that we have in the computer system we use that's going to work a lot better if we have it all centralized in one place. So that's going to start this Friday night. We still need you to make the reservations like you've done before. That's what I'll guarantee you a meal here. We'll have a few extra meals, so we want to be able to handle a few walk-ins, but please make the reservations so we know how many people to accommodate. One of the other things that we're working on as part of this is the way the tips are shared. So we're working out a system so that the tips will be shared in a fair way between the food and the bar. That's not completely done yet, but we're going to get that done so that what we're doing is fair to everybody, and we're not asking the members to tip once here and once over there. So that's in process here. If you have any questions, please ask me or Jamie. I'd be happy to keep you up to date. But please continue to make the reservations like you have and support the Friday night dinner program. And thank you for being the great club you are.
Thank you all.
I'd also like to give my personal appreciation to Walt Simmons for giving me lots of advice on how to handle the finances of our club. Walt, you have done a great job in helping us all manage overspending and good advice on how to do things. Thank you. Talking about reservations, I want to thank Troy Barton so much for being patient with all my emails and requests to get things done. You have been just great. Thank you, Troy. While I'm talking about the reservations on Saturday nights,
We are starting now to have a sign up with name only and the number of people coming for Saturday nights. It's for our food, it's not for the event, like trivia nights happening this coming Saturday. But we're expecting a huge crowd, we hope, and we love it. So sign up for our food and tell us how many people are coming. That's gonna help us plan with everybody. Walt, in fact, is making that with his team, so it'll help. We're doing, as Laura already talked about, softer lighting for our dinners and events. We have our little table lights, which are great. And we're also getting just some house projects that are getting done. A new refrigerator for the bar, because that one in the closet is gone and the temperature is too low. We're also repairing the oven and getting that right out of the work. And then we're gonna get it cleaned, because that oven and stove have been with us for I don't know how many years. People say, oh, let's do something about that next year. I'm gonna do it this year, hopefully. Another thing I'm going to do is make sure the outside grills are cleaned, and they were just cleaned, so that they can really be used. The tops are also gonna be scrubbed, and we're gonna get some new brushes too for that, because someone pointed out to me that sometimes some of the bristles from the brush, in fact, I think it was Mardell, said can get into your food. I said, oh no, you don't want that. I want to give a big thanks to Kent Seitz and his wife Shelley. On the day that we had the high winds, I got a call from Cheryl. We wonder if the patio cover is going to stay. Is it going to blow away? Well, luckily it didn't. But meanwhile, our heaters were all, going crazy. Kent and his wife came over here and tied them all together. And he also, the next day, we also took down the little tent that's over the grill. But the next day, he put all the bolts back in those heaters so that they're repaired. Because we just bought 2 new ones. And he put the little tent back up again. So it's people like this that really make this club shine. He's not here tonight, I didn't see him, but I'm so appreciative of him. So just a couple more things. I'm very, very pleased with the direction that we're going. We want your input. You can always call or text me, 714-916-8252. Do it anytime, because I'll listen to you and I care about you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sally. And next, we have Mardell, our Rear Commodore.
Good evening and welcome, new members. So, February was a challenging month with our weather situations. The winter regatta got canceled, unfortunately, and also our first D&D cruise. So Eric will reschedule that soon, I hope. So hopefully March is a better month coming up. On downstairs, pick up a cruise flyer. We're gonna start getting into the cruise season here pretty soon. On your table is a flyer for the Avalon Golf Tournament, which is March 31st, April 1st and 2nd. This is a unique cruise because non-boat owners can go. Call and get yourself a hotel or a house. This is a fun, relaxed cruise. There's not a lot of activities planned. You can golf. We have some new golfers that bought clubs. Cheryl, who's never golfed before, so maybe I will. But so if you want to golf or not golf, it's up to you. So that will be good. Schedule your work schedule around this. I'm going to call up Diana to talk about Spring Fling and signing up for November. Cruise.
So Troy's gonna do the other cruise. So most of you know that Robin and I are hosting the Spring Fling. That starts on the 17th. It's a weekend, and, right, that was terrible. It's a full weekend, it's action-packed, it's really a good time. I'll go over it briefly because it's a long meeting. Friday, it starts from 3 to 5 with a mixer out here with appetizers, wine, beer, all for one price. We'll have raffle baskets. We have about 18 of them, and they're incredible that you can buy raffle tickets for. And that night is St. Patty's Day, and Lori's going to be hosting the festivities up here, and I think it's going to be really fun. St. Patty's, traditional St. Patty's Day dinner. That's on your own. That's not included, so you would sign up for that. Then Saturday morning is brunch here from 10 to 11:30. That will be amazing, and it'll be endless mimosas and Bloody Marys. And a few more raffle tickets will be sold, and then the winner is announced at 11. Following that, the same day, 1 o'clock, the dinghy parade starts. And that's basically, you get on your dinghies and you go from one boat to another boat. There's 4 total, and there's a specialty drink at each one, all included in the price, and it's a pretty fun time. And that night, it's dinner on your own, but we highly recommend that you come here because we're gonna be showing Moonrise Kingdom, and we're gonna have lasagna, salad, garlic bread, it'll be great. And the very next day is membership drive, and that's with Rowanda. It's a burger and a band open house. That's also included, the whole thing for you guys. It has Tres Hombres, and it starts at 12, goes to 4. It's fully fun, and that's how it ends. All for the price of $45. Sign up soon if you think you're gonna go because it helps us organize and make it happen better. So anyways, looking forward to it. Hope y'all can make it.
And you can see our dining table is filled with these baskets that Dinah and Robin have put a lot of time into putting together. Okay, so you saw this flyer. This is our 3rd annual Day After Thanksgiving cruise. This year it's going to be on Carnival Radiance. I'm bringing it up now because we have 18 rooms reserved until May 5th. So sign up by May 5th. It's a $200 deposit. If you think you're going to go, book a room, and you have until September 11th to make your final payment. What happened last year was some folks didn't sign up, and the price almost doubled between that May 5th date and late September-ish. And then that ship actually sold out mid-October. So a lot of us have been on cruise ships. If you haven't been on a cruise ship with 40 of your closest friends, it's a complete different experience. So you really want to go. We had a lot of fun, did a lot of different things. So the key dates and all the information is on the flyer. When you call between Tuesday and Thursday, not Monday and Friday, because it's very busy. You could be on hold for a long time. You have to go through the group number here, and use the group phone number and the group number when you book your room, so that you're included in our group. Request the late seating so we can all be seated in the same area. Anyways, all the information's here. If you have any questions, call Diana. She's in charge of this one too.
Thank you, Victoria and Diana. So I encourage you to grab one of these schedules. They're downstairs. There's a stack of them, so you can do some planning. If you have questions, feel free to call me. Memorial Day, there's been a few questions because we have all the marinas booked out. We have all the buoys booked out. If you didn't get a buoy or a slip, the marinas told me call 2 days before. They'll be releasing more buoys. I've talked to other yacht clubs about what they do. There's an anchoring field right there, and they side tie. There's no charge for that, so that saves you $100 a night right there. So you can go to the anchoring field, and we have 2 to 3 reciprocal clubs down there. You can always call and finagle maybe something on an end tie or a vacate slip. So that's my solution for Memorial Day. If you have a slip and you find you cannot go, do not call the marina, call me first, so I can make sure one of our members get that slip. Also, Captain Splash, Admiral Splash, we had no splashes this last month, but I think we're all reined in, so we're looking forward to cruise season kicking off in March.
Stand by.
And we will find some splashes for you next month, maybe. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. And last but not least, we have Joan Palumbo to talk about all the hats that she wears.
Thanks. Okay, so one of my hats is the Boat Owners Association, along with Gordon and Dave Booker. We are your representatives to BOA. So there's two important issues right now for the marina. One of them is, as Todd talked about, we really need the city to accelerate and complete the replacement of the current system that filters the water in Alamitos Bay, the Laguna, Naples, Queen Mary, etc. It impacts everyone, not just the boat owners, and we'll get more of this in the scuttlebutt, but there's a lot of issues around this. So stay tuned. And then the parking lot, that is heating up again. At the MAC meeting, we made a presentation, just a short presentation. We are trying to make sure that we have a seat at the table. We are trying to make sure that the people that we want to pay, that we want to park in our parking lot, and it's not taken over by all of the people who are renting from the new developments, and we don't have a repeat of the situation that we have down across from 2nd and PCH. So we are trying to get a meeting about the 20th of, what month is this? March. Okay, 20th of March, this month, with our city council person for this district, Christina Dugan, and I'm pretty sure we'll get that meeting, and we're going to bring these two issues before her so that we can again make sure that we have a seat at the table. BOA is really in need of some people to be on the board and to fill the PR and membership positions. If you've got some expertise or interest, or you really want to be involved and be part of the solution and really, kind of be part of the solution and work within the marina system to make a difference for all of us. That's the reason I'm doing it. BOA's kind of gone up and down. Sometimes there's an issue, sometimes there's not. This time there's an issue. It's big, it's important, there are a lot of issues. But we need some more people on the board. And so if you're at all interested, please see one of the three of us. Over the years, for Southern California Yachting Association, Chrissy and I are Chrissy volunteered to do it again, and I'm stepping up. So we have earned this twice, and we want to earn it again. We are involved in this because we feel it's good for the club. SCYA still has not released all of the details. They've said it's just going to be the same as last year. So we're going with that. John, who got me on BOA in the first place, John. Anyway, so they've been a bit tardy. But anyway, we're going to continue to pursue it because we think it's the right thing to do for the club. Because it gives you a really broad spectrum of activities. John? Okay. Ship Store. We went to the Impressions show in Long Beach in January, found some great new stuff. We're bringing it in gradually. It takes a little while to bring up a new vendor. But one of the new things that we just got, actually Sylvia was nice enough to go over to the vendor and get it today, is
I like that. So much.
This shirt.
Well, I see it blue.
Oh, yeah. So what we've done, this is kind of the idea. Tommy Mulligan came to me and said, we need a shirt with a Latin lawn on it. It's like, well, yes we do. So we did. So that's what this is. See? And this is on the left side, so you can go, okay, this is how I get home. So you always know your way to your home.
You're laughing at Excel, aren't you? That is me.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, go on. Anyway, it's got the big seal on the back. This is the same shirt, we believe, that Newport Ensenada does. So, it's a great shirt. And sandals.
No. You're gonna regret being.
We're ordering ribbon, customized Seal Beach Yacht Club ribbon to do stuff like belts and dog leashes and sandals. You can also do bags and other things. But the sandals are available, we have to get them in sizes, and we're not gonna open up a shoe business. So if you want the sandals, you're gonna have to tell us your size and commit to buying them. It's gonna be somewhere around $45, we think, for the sandals. We do have 8 commitments right now, so we'll be ordering 8 of them. We have to order them in groups of 6, so 6 plus. So anyway, if you're interested in sandals, we probably have another couple of weeks to get this order in. Otherwise, we hope to have all of this merchandise by opening day. Okay, the next one, next tab. You know, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be this involved. Gonna blame on Laura. Explorer Sundays. The next Explorer Sunday is March 26th. And so this was actually, again, brought up by some members of we'd like to have some help in buying and selling our boats and all of that. So Q got together a great panel of presenters, and they'll talk about, you know, help you not go through let me read it. Demystify the experience and things that they could never tell you, preparations and pitfalls, and also surveying. You know, all knows you have a boat, you have to get it surveyed. So even if you have a boat, this is for you also. And so there are the changes and challenges. I was surprised. He was telling us some of the changes in the law. Well, I don't really think I'm in compliance. So it's a good seminar, and that's March 26th. It's a Sunday. It's before Grill Your Own, so it starts at 4 o'clock. Please be on time. Don't try. Do or do not. There is no try. Be on time, because Grill Your Own starts at 5, and the bar will be open at 4. Grill Your Own, bring your own. I gotta read this. Bring your own. I wrote it, so I need to read it. Bring your own potato, cook it on a grill, salad and potatoes bring your own protein.
We know, Joe. We know.
Cook it on the grill, salad and potato, $8. Great way to end the weekends, no RSVPs. All right. Adios.
Thank you, Joan. And then finally, we have Staff Commodore Joe Negron up here to talk about Ensenada.
Thank you, Joan.
Married to my sister-in-law. No, we ain't getting nothing. Leave your credit card on the table.
I made notes, because after 4 Roman Colts, I have to make notes. So, Seal Beach Yacht Club, tomorrow, NOSA seminar. So if you're a crew or a skipper thinking about joining and heading down to, I'm glad you know the destination. So if you're thinking you can race on there, and no power boats, please, thank you. 5:30, the bar opens, 6 o'clock for dinner, and the presentation afterwards. You'll hear a lot of good info. The second is, there are a lot of people in this room, and I'm looking at a few of them every now and then, and I know you're going to Newport to Ensenada. You need to sign up. Whether you're going to San Diego or to Ensenada and you're a skipper, sign your boat up, please. Thank you very much. There is a big party 2 days in a row at the Rowanda Marina. Join us to celebrate the winners, and some of us know who they are, and some of us think they know who they are. And I'm looking at a couple of know you're wishing, you know, that's where it goes. I do have a picture of the aft end of Galatea, that way you can kind of recognize it. So, anybody with questions about Newport and Sonata seminar tomorrow, call me or call Soledad and she'll call me. Any questions? Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Here, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Where?
Wow, that was a really technical question.
Joe.
Come on
Hey,
now.
I gotta go. Tomorrow? Should I be here?
Finally, just last piece of business, we are using these desk flags to identify who you should speak with if you have any questions when we're in the clubhouse. Thank you, Dave. When you're in the clubhouse, please look for the tabs and you will identify your people.
Dave Jones.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
So moved. Good night.
Why would you?
Almost 8 months.